Good afternoon. I am here live. We are going to be talking about the latest immigration news. Come on, join me so we can discuss some of those topics. If you're here, say hi in the comments so I'll know that somebody's here. Acknowledge, so I can acknowledge you. Let us know if you're here. Okay, we're talking about the latest news. If you're new to me, my name is Bijoux Ngwanda. I'm an immigration lawyer based here in DC. I do work with individuals across the country and around the world. You know, we're dealing with complex. Yes, you are here. Santosh Kumar. Hi. Um, Adisu. Hi. Balsano. Hi. Thanks for joining. We're going to be talking about the latest immigration news. Anybody else, if you're here, please just acknowledge yourself so that I can acknowledge you as well, right? Say hi in the comments. So we're going to take questions and we're going to discuss the latest immigration news. Okay? So what's going on? Let me share my screen first of all so I can let you know what's going on. I'll have two major news to discuss. Let me share my screen so you will know what's going on with immigration. Share screen. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be talking about protected immigrant at risk of losing U.S. work permits. We are talking about TPS holders. So some countries, because this negotiation did not go through, so now the Biden administration they have to go back to court because it didn't work out when it comes to negotiating for those other countries to keep their TPS so that by December 31st, 2022, they can renew their TPS. But what's happening is that the negotiation did not go through. Okay, it says here hundreds of thousands of immigrants, mainly from Central America, are at risk of losing their work permit after negotiations with the Biden administration to extend them broke down this week. Okay. Advocates said Wednesday more than 300,000 immigrants, which countries? El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Nepal are seeking in federal court to extend their temporary protected status. So the lawyers for those 300,000 immigrants are going back to court to try to get this Biden administration to extend their TPS because the country condition has not changed. Nothing has improved. Okay. So that's what's going on. It's a major thing because we're going to see 300,000 people. And that includes Haiti too, because with Haiti, they haven't extended their TPS yet. So basically, as this news and the same news goes here, again, it's the same thing. The Biden administration is foreseeing record high number of TPS program using the authority to protect 16 groups from deportation, including immigrants from Venezuela, Myanmar, Haiti, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Cameroon, and Ethiopia. So basically, they're trying to protect a lot of people, but the problem is um, some countries, especially from Central America, they're going to see their TPS ending by the end of this year, right? So negotiation between the Biden administration and attorneys representing hundreds of thousands of immigrants living in the U.S. under temporary humanitarian program collapsed this week, paving the way for Trump-era decision. This is the Trump-era decision to revoke their legal status to take effect absent court intervention. So they have to go back to court. Those individuals, through their lawyers, they are going back to court, basically asking the federal court to step in and try to let them stay under temporary protected status because the country conditions hasn't changed. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. You see again, 337,000 immigrants. El Salvador, Nicaragua, Nepal, Honduras, including Haiti, can see themselves losing TPS as early as December 31st of this year. So those are extraordinary emergency situations. They have to go back to court, trying to get the federal court to step in, because this Biden administration cannot hold their part of the bargain. You know what I mean? So this administration, quite frankly, I don't know what they could actually do. So that's what's going on. That's a major news. And then we have pretty much, it's like between the Trump era was done, but the effect of the Trump era is still going on. That's pretty much what we're seeing with this administration. Um, then we have then we have USCIS. You see, this is good. USCIS is extending flexibility for requests. So basically, those requests, if you have 30 days, they're giving you an additional 30 days to respond. Those are the requests for evidence, continuation to request evidence, notice of intent to deny, notices of intent to revoke, notices of intent to rescind, notices of intent to terminate regional centers, notices of intent to withdraw, motion to reopen N400, and other motions as well. So basically, we made the form was filed up to 90 calendar days. The issue of the decision was made, and we made the decision between November 21st, 2021 and January 24, 2023 inclusive. So anything that you receive, they made a decision, they're still basically giving you time to respond to those requests, like additional time, because of this COVID era thing going on. Then we have one more news. USCIS will only consider CWI petition approved and with starting validity on or after June 18, 2020 when applying for temporary departure requirement. That's another news as well for CW under that classification. Remember, they said that they're no longer going to take those type, but what I'm saying here is basically they're going to do it if it was done on as of August 25th, 2020. So let me stop sharing. So that's the major news going on with immigration. If you have questions, just drop your question so we can respond to you as far as immigration news is concerned. Hi, Pablo Ecomela. Hi, how are you? Yeah, anybody has questions so we can respond to your question? If there's no question, we're just gonna like stop with the streaming because we wanted to talk about this news about TPS, whether or not those people are going to see their TPS being renewed. So that was the major news. So now we're taking questions. If you don't have questions, that's fine. We can come back again next time. So, yep, questions. Looks like nobody has questions. That's good, right? So there's no questions. We're gonna just come back next time. Once you gather your questions, we're just waiting for questions in the comments. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok. The links are all in my description box or on my banner. There's links for Instagram, TikTok, Facebook group, private Facebook group. Instagram is very important because we're talking about employment-based type of immigration. Those are categories for work permits. Those are category for work permits. C14 is for somebody who has been granted defer action. How about the new TPS for Ethiopian? Do you think they can affect the regular asylee in a good way? Yes, it might make your case stronger. Let's say, for example, somebody is applying, was applying for asylum, and now they've granted TPS for Ethiopia, right? It's a way to show country conditions. It's just amplify the fact that, of course, this country conditions no longer good. I cannot go there. But does it make your claim valid depending on what you're telling as a story? It just means that they can't send you back there because really, clearly, the country conditions are not good, but your claim still has to be legit, you know? But it's going to affect in a good way in terms of showing country conditions, like poof. I have 2010 TPS to be with, but have not yet got it. Like you never got your 20, since you applied 2010, you never got your TPS. You're welcome, Adisu, PD, for 80. How much time to get work permit under C14? Let's see C14 first of all. Oh, C14. To be honest, work permit is taking at least a full year. That's what I can say. It's taking at least a full year because that's what I've seen uh, with other cases. But specifically for C14, really, to be honest, I cannot tell you the exact time. But if it's taking long, then 1 year, that's when you have to start calling them after you've already applied. Any hope? When you're talking about hope for overstay, we're just waiting for the bill, right? If it's gonna happen. Bless. That's the only response I can tell you. Hi, Check. Oh, Petty, you have TPS, but you're waiting if they're gonna renew TPS for Haiti. Ah, okay. So we're still waiting. The Biden administration, they couldn't negotiate with lawyers from those countries. Now lawyers are going back to court to ask the federal court to step in and make a decision on whether or not they should keep their TPS. Um, so by December 31st, we should know for sure whether TPS is going to be extended for those countries. That's what I can say. Or you have your TPS since August 25th, 2021. You don't know if you're going to renew it. Yes, to renew it, you have to wait for the registration. Basically, they have to tell us whether they're extending TPS for Haiti, right? Once they tell that they are extending TPS for Haiti, and then the registration is going to open up, then you're going to register for it. But for now, the negotiation is still going on. It didn't work out. Now people are going to court. So let's just wait and see until December 31st of this year to know whether or not they're going to extend TPS. Okay, let's see A19. A19, somebody asked about A19 category because I don't know it in like by head, right? I have to check. Yeah, A19 is for U visa. And the person who's asking about U visa, really, U visa takes at least 4 years, right? And then they said that once you get a determination, the prima facie case for U visa, you can apply for a work permit. And the determination prima facie for U visas taking at least within 2 years to get a determination, or less 1 year. Then after you get that determination, then you apply for the work permit. How long it's gonna take after that, I don't know. Give it another year, but at least what we have seen recently, I don't get a lot of U visa cases, but at least what I've seen from other people is that um, it's taking at least 2 years for somebody to get a prima facie determination and in the and a work permit on the U visa. So that's what I can say. Yeah, I think we got all questions covered. Any more questions? If you have questions, just drop them in the comment. We can answer your questions. But if not, then we're just going to have to hang up and come back next time. So, any more questions? I guess we don't have any more questions. So, we're going to just hang up for now. Probably we'll come back again. Maybe this weekend, maybe next week. If we have good news, we'll come back, you know. If not, we're still gonna come back to take questions and try to answer questions. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram because we're doing really a lot of good work when it comes to employment. How long does EOR 29 takes? That I cannot answer you, my friend, because immigration court is not a game, right? So when you file something with immigration case, with immigration court, the board of appeal, it says that they're supposed to take only 6 months. That's what it says. But my friend, some people have been there on the board of appeal for 2 years with no answer. So I cannot really tell you how long it's going to take. But what you can do is contact them if it has taken more than 6 months already. Try to contact them and see, um, like, you call the board of appeal and see where your case stand, like where you stand. But according to what they said, it says yeah, it's over 3 years. Yeah, I tell you. So I've seen people for 2 years, they've been there. The only thing you can do is just keep contacting them. Yeah, I've seen people that've been there for 2 years. I've seen some people have been there since 2020, 2019. They're still waiting for the appeal. So the only thing you can do is just keep calling the board of appeal to know where you stand. Bless. Hi, Ravi. Bless. Is there any hope for overstayers? I haven't heard anything. Blessed. I haven't heard anything yet. As I was saying, like, we have to wait at least for the elections, right? November 8th is the date. Uh, just let's see how it's going to go. Who's going to control the Senate? Who's going to control the House? At that point, we might have an idea about whether or not somebody is going to introduce a bill that can pass, right? So at this point, really, to be honest, I have no clue. Let's just wait and see. If I have a number that you can call, let me see if I can find a number. PIA. Let me see if I can find the number, right? Okay, so what you can do, Anthony, what you can do is just call the immigration court, the line for immigration court, and then ask them to give you the number, because I don't see a direct number. I don't see a direct number. Yeah. So Anthony, what you have to do is just call the immigration court, like the regular number for immigration court, and then try to tell them to let me give you the number that you can call. If you get somebody, then try to ask them to give you a number where you can call. Yeah, because I don't see a direct number. This is just immigration court 800 um 898-7180. So who said, can a church file for overstayers? Well, the church can, but the problem is, are you going to adjust status? No, because of unlawful presence, unless you have a qualifying relative, which is a spouse or parent, lawful permanent resident, or U.S. citizen. Otherwise, you're just stuck. Or if you have a way to get advance parole, so you can do consular processing outside of the U.S., which is almost like impossible, because if you don't have anything pending with USCIS, how are you going to get advance parole? How are you going to apply for advance parole? So it's pretty much like somebody's stuck in the same thing. So that's how I can answer your question. Bless. It's like a circle. The church applies for you, right? You get approved using the form I-360. So now the question becomes, can I adjust my status using the form I-485? The answer is, well, do you have a qualifying relative to waive unlawful presence? And it only has to be parent or spouse, U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. If you have that, then yes, you can apply for a waiver. Once you get granted, you get out, you adjust status outside. Another way could be, do I have anything pending with USCIS, not with the court, because the moment you're in court, you cannot go out. Do I have anything pending with USCIS? If yes, then can I apply for advance parole? Once advance parole is granted, then can I go outside to actually do consular processing? That's a risk, you know? So you're welcome, Anthony. You're welcome. You just have to, that's the only thing you can do, because with those immigration court, you just have to call and try to find somebody who can give you a direct number to the Immigration Board of Appeal. And then when you get to the clerk, then you can ask the status of your case and how long can you wait, because it has been 3 years. So 3 years is a long time, to be honest. Yeah. Thanks, Bless. I guess we've answered all questions for today. So we're gonna stop for now. Again, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, so we can continue the conversation, talking about employment and stuff like that. Until next time, thanks for joining. Until next time, bye-bye.